The 2022 NBA playoffs have begun. This year's sleeper team is in the loaded Eastern Conference. With the 5th seed, the Toronto Raptors are playing MVP favorite Joel Embiid and the 4th seed Philadelphia 76ers. Although considered an underdog, recently many analysts have the 76ers on red upset alert for an early bounce. It's only been 3 years since the Raptors' championship run, but they are hungry for more. In today's video, we will discuss what makes this Raptors team the most unique in this year's playoffs. After the exits of Demar Derozan and Kawhi Leonard, Kyle Lowry was the one who was traded to the Miami Heat this past offseason, and the Raptors weren't left with a lot of experience. Sure, VanVleet and Pascal Siakam are great, but they had yet to reach superstar status. Help did arrive by the name of Scotty Barnes, the 4th overall pick in this year's draft. He has been in contention for Rookie of the Year and is a major factor in Toronto's style of play this year. But before that, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell for updates on the best NBA content. Let's keep rolling. For the past few years, it seems like the go-to manual for winning championships is loading a team full of superstars. Think of the Warriors' most recent championships: Steph Curry, KD, and Klay. And the Lakers, LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Russ. And even the Raptors themselves when they took a bet on Kawhi for 1 year in 2019, although that team wasn't a so-called super team. But it definitely paid off. And this year, the Raptors have taken a totally different approach. This team is young and still has some champions on it. Even though it was supposed to be a tank year, the Raptors found their new leader in VanVleet. He led the league in minutes per game and still had his tenacious defense and three-point shooting ability, among other things. This all led him to his first All-Star appearance, and with that, he became the first undrafted player to ever achieve that feat in this new era. He also put up a cool 20-plus points per game and led the Raptors in the assist category with around 7 per game. Around the league, many players and coaches took notice. Starting with his former teammate Derozan, I feel like a proud father right now. I remember going to his G League games every chance I got. To see him with an All-Star jersey, being a father, it makes me feel old, but at the same time, as a friend, I'm most proud. Chicago Bulls coach Billy Donovan also chimed in saying, "I've always had a lot of respect for him as a player. When you watch him on film, he certainly has got a high basketball IQ, and he may not be the fastest guy or the most athletic guy, but he is one of the smartest guys out there, and he reads situations and he can tell what's getting ready to happen." VanVleet has been an inspiration both on and off the court, and will use that to help his team go deep in the postseason. Next up, we'll look at a former All-Star on this team, Pascal Siakam. Known for his length and athleticism, Spicy P has upped his game this season. After having some injury problems last year and earlier this year, Siakam went on a tear. The 6'8" power forward has improved on his finishing ability and shot nearly 50% this season, and led his team in both points per game and rebounds per game. The Raptors will need him to continue playing at an elite level if they want to go far. Another few reasons why Siakam is imperative is because he is top 20 in scoring in the league, and does it quietly and efficiently. He also made some Raptors history by passing Derozan's record of 35-5 games in a Raptors uniform. With multiple 30-plus point games, 14 to be exact, Siakam has shown his ability to take control of games, and he's proven to be tough to guard. Just ask the Celtics when he dropped an easy 40 points and got 13 rebounds on them in March. On the offensive end, Siakam got the offensive rebound and scored, then got a crucial block to then hit a nasty step back to seal the win and improve their seeding. After the game, it was pointed out that Siakam was one of only 5 players this season to average 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists this season. Who are the other 4? Giannis, LeBron, Luka, and Jokic were all in the race for MVP. Siakam definitely has been underrated and underappreciated so far this season. That's what keeps him motivated for the playoffs, and yet he is still as humble as they come. I think I'm continuing to get better. It's been a good long road for me, and again, I just always believed all the work I've put in is going to pay off. No matter tough times or great times, I just want to stay focused on the grind and continue to get better as a player, said Siakam in a post-game interview. Now on to the next few crucial pieces. Trent Jr. is an absolute sharpshooter and the third leading scorer on this team with over 18 a game, his new career high. Not only that, Trent Jr. is a vicious defender, leading the team in 1.7 steals per game, which is third best in the entire league. Talk about a 3-and-D guy. There may be no one better than him this season. Next up, there's OG Anunoby, who is also putting up career highs in points, assists, and minutes per game. He has slowly made his impact known in his 5 years in Toronto and still has so much potential. Speaking of potential, this year's Raptors squad was one of the youngest teams in the league, with an average age of only 25.6 years. A big reason for that is the newcomer and the future of Toronto, Scotty Barnes. At only 20 years old, Barnes has taken the league by storm and does not plan on slowing down. Already a starter and big minute player, Barnes is not only fifth in points per game on his team, but second in rebounds, 7.5, and third in assists, 3.5. Indeed, an all-around high-caliber player with a bright future. He too is making history, like when he scored 25 points, grabbed 15 rebounds, and 5 steals in a game following in the footsteps of Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal. His teammates absolutely love playing with him, and teammate Malachi Flynn said, "He's going to get it no matter what. You don't have to give him the ball, he's going to find a way to go get it, and those are the best players to play with." Why is this important? Well, first of all, players like these make the coaching job so much easier for Nick Nurse, a contender for Coach of the Year. Nurse's unique style of play will make it extremely hard for opposing teams to match up with the lineups Nurse can throw out. For example, the starting lineup does not have a proper center, yet all 5 starters average more than 15 points a game, which is absolutely unheard of, unless you are in Canada. The Raptors have had at least 5 players average 15-plus since after their 2019 finals year and look to continue that trend for the long run. The next 3 to 4 players Nurse plays are all bigs and some of the best role players like Precious Achiuwa, Chris Boucher, and newly acquired Thaddeus Young. Young was dealt to the Raptors on deadline day and has helped Nick Nurse add a special element and veteran experience to this young squad. His passing ability and mentorship to both Siakam and Scotty Barnes is priceless for now and for the future. Gary Trent knows how important Young is when he said, "He's great for us. He brings us a certain leadership, old head, vet that's been around the league for a while now, knows the ropes, been in countless situations, whether it's been in regular season or playoffs." Opposing teams, starting with the 76ers, are going to have a huge problem stopping all 5 starters, any of whom can go off. Along with that, the length and pure athleticism the Raptors players have will give teams headaches and force them to become shooting teams. Even that may not be enough. And what do you think? Do you think the Toronto Raptors have what it takes to go far this postseason? Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more NBA stories from around the league.